A silent object entered our solar system without warning. No engines, no fire, no radio call, just motion, fast, precise, and impossible to ignore. At the same moment, far beyond the edge of the sun's protective bubble, Voyager 1 detected a strange disturbance in interstellar space. Scientists first called it noise, then interference, then something far more unsettling. Because the pattern repeating inside that signal did not look random. It looked organized, and somewhere on Earth, one billionaire decided he could not wait for answers. Space is usually quiet, empty, predictable in its own slow way. But every once in a while, something appears that changes the story completely. This time, the mystery had two names whispered in the same breath: Voyager and an unknown visitor now called 3I Atlas. Astronomers are trained to stay calm. They measure. They verify. They doubt their own excitement. Yet reports began moving faster than usual through observatories, research labs, and private aerospace networks. The object's speed was extreme. Its path was not like normal comets. And the timing, arriving just as Voyager's instruments picked up an unusual electromagnetic ripple, felt too perfect to ignore. Was it coincidence or connection? Deep in interstellar darkness, Voyager 1 has been traveling for decades, carrying humanity's golden record like a message in a bottle. Music, voices, sounds of Earth, a greeting to whatever intelligence might exist beyond our world. For years, there was only silence in return. Endless, cold silence. Until now, the disturbance Voyager sensed was faint but structured. Pulses repeating at intervals that did not match known cosmic radiation. Not a star, not a pulsar, not background noise. Something else. Something that seemed aware of distance. While government scientists debated quietly, another response was forming in the private sector. Rapid, bold, risky, because waiting for official confirmation can take years. And some people refuse to wait when history might be unfolding in real time. Elon Musk has always believed the future belongs to those who move first. Colonize Mars, build reusable rockets, connect the planet. But intercepting an interstellar visitor, that was different. That crossed from ambition into legend. And yet, sources began hinting at emergency trajectory calculations, prototype discussions, unscheduled simulations. Not public announcements, just quiet movement behind closed doors. The kind of movement that happens when someone thinks the universe just knocked on humanity's door. If 3I Atlas is truly interstellar, it did not come from our sun. If Voyager's signal is truly structured, it did not come from chance. So the question becomes impossible to avoid. Did something arrive because we sent a message first? And if someone really tried to intercept it, what do they see coming back? The universe does not send invitations. It sends mysteries. And sometimes those mysteries arrive at the exact moment we are finally able to notice them. Decades ago, humanity launched a fragile machine into the dark, hoping only to learn more about the outer planets. That machine, Voyager 1, was never meant to witness interstellar secrets. It was built for a shorter journey, a simpler mission. Yet today, it drifts farther from Earth than anything humans have ever created, still whispering data across unimaginable distance. Back in 1977, scientists at NASA made a bold choice. They placed a golden phonograph record aboard Voyager 1. Not for science, not for navigation, but for hope. The golden record carried music, greetings in many languages, and sounds from Earth. Waves, wind, laughter. A message meant for unknown listeners in a future no one could predict. For nearly half a century, that message traveled in silence. Then came the discovery of something new. An object moving through the solar system on a path that did not belong to the sun. Astronomers labeled it 3I Atlas, marking it as the third known interstellar visitor ever detected. Unlike ordinary comets born in our system, this traveler came from deep space between the stars. Its speed was extreme, its angle was unusual, and its timing, appearing just as Voyager sensed strange electromagnetic structure beyond the heliosphere, felt almost scripted. Scientists remain cautious. Interstellar objects are rare, but not impossible. Space is vast. Random encounters do happen. Yet the data created quiet tension. Because the more measurements improved, the less ordinary the object seemed. Its brightness shifted in odd ways. Its motion hinted at subtle adjustments. Nothing dramatic, nothing provable, just enough to keep questions alive. While observatories shared careful reports, private space companies watched closely. Among them was the network led by Elon Musk, a man known for chasing futures others consider impossible. Intercepting an interstellar object would require speed beyond any mission flown before. Perfect timing, an enormous risk. But if the object carried answers, or danger, waiting might not be an option. Inside research circles, a quiet debate began. Some argued 3I Atlas was simply ancient debris from another star system, wandering for millions of years. Others wondered if its path through our solar system was too precise to ignore. Not guided exactly, but not completely random either. And then there was Voyager, still moving outward, still listening, still detecting that faint, repeating electromagnetic pattern in the darkness behind it. Two separate mysteries, one arriving, one already beyond reach. Could they be connected? Or was humanity seeing patterns where none existed? Because history shows something important. The most dangerous discoveries often begin as small anomalies that seem easy to dismiss. If this truly is the third interstellar visitor ever seen, why does it feel like the first one that matters? And if someone on Earth really tried to reach it first, what were they afraid of missing? If you're curious to uncover the next piece of this cosmic puzzle, make sure to subscribe and stay with this journey into the unknown. Voyager, one should have faded into silence long ago. Its power is weak. Its systems are old. And yet, it keeps talking. More than 24 billion kilometers from Earth, Voyager 1 travels through interstellar space where the sun's influence barely reaches. This region is cold, thin, and mostly empty. Scientists expected simple readings, background radiation, scattered particles, the quiet breath of the galaxy itself. Nothing dramatic, nothing urgent. But then the numbers changed. At first, it looked like a small fluctuation in electromagnetic noise. Tiny, easy to ignore. Instruments this old sometimes drift. Sensors age. Data becomes messy. Engineers on Earth have spent years correcting strange readings from Voyager, so no one panicked immediately. Until the pattern repeated. Not once, not twice. Again and again, at intervals too clean to dismiss as chance. The signal was weak but structured. Pulses separated by consistent timing. Not matching known pulsars. Not matching solar interference. Not matching cosmic background radiation. Every natural explanation seemed close, yet never exact. And that was the problem, because space is full of chaos. Random motion, violent explosions, magnetic storms. True order is rare out there. When something looks organized, scientists pay attention. Quietly at first, then very seriously. Voyager's trajectory made the mystery even stranger. It was not heading toward any nearby star, not toward a known radio source, just drifting through darkness, while something behind it pulsed with quiet precision. Some researchers wondered if the spacecraft itself was causing interference, a reflection, a hardware echo. But detailed checks showed the signal came from outside Voyager, not inside it. From deeper space, from a direction that did not line up with anything familiar. And that direction pointed, almost perfectly, toward the path where 3I Atlas would later appear. Coincidence is common in astronomy, but timing like this feels different. As orbital models improved, another subtle detail emerged. Voyager's speed relative to the signal source was slowly changing the pulse spacing, like a distant rhythm being stretched by motion. That meant the structure was real, not imagined. Something out there was emitting energy in a controlled way. Still faint, still distant, still unexplained. Inside scientific circles, discussions grew more cautious. Words like artifact and instrument error slowly disappeared, replaced by colder, more careful language. Unknown origin, non-random structure, requires monitoring. No public announcement followed. Not yet. Discoveries like this demand proof stronger than excitement. History is filled with false alarms, signals that turn out to be satellites, interference, even microwave ovens. No one wanted another embarrassment. But one truth could not be ignored. Voyager 1 was detecting order in a place defined by emptiness. And just as researchers struggled to understand that distant rhythm, an interstellar object entered the solar system on a path that seemed to answer it. Was Voyager being watched from afar? Or had humanity simply wandered into someone else's signal? Because if the pulses were intentional, then something in deep space already knew exactly where to look. Space does not answer back. That is the rule scientists trust. You can listen for years and hear nothing but static. But Voyager was not hearing silence anymore. As engineers studied the repeating pulses, they noticed something even stranger. The signal was not just structured. It was changing slowly, carefully, almost like it was reacting to motion in space. Each new transmission carried tiny shifts in timing and strength, as if the source understood distance and was adjusting on purpose. Natural objects do not usually behave this way. Pulsars spin with perfect regularity. Stars flare with violent randomness. Magnetic storms rise and fall without rhythm. But this signal sat somewhere in between. Too organized to be chaos. Too subtle to be a beacon. And then came the discovery that unsettled everyone who saw the data. Hidden inside the pulse spacing was a mathematical ratio. Simple, clean, repeating. The kind of ratio students learn early in school. The kind that appears in physics, music, and orbital motion across the universe. A pattern so basic that any intelligent civilization studying science might recognize it instantly. That realization changed the conversation. Because random noise does not carry mathematics. Chance does not repeat clean ratios across vast distance. Something out there was not just emitting energy. It was encoding structure inside it. Researchers tested every possible explanation. Instrument drift, data compression errors, signal reflection from distant plasma clouds, even unknown natural phenomena never seen before. One by one, each theory weakened under closer measurement. The pattern remained. Worse, or perhaps more incredible, the direction of the signal slowly aligned with the incoming path of 3I Atlas. Not perfectly, not obviously, but enough to raise a question no scientist wanted to ask too early. Was the interstellar object connected to the transmission? If the answer were yes, the meaning would be enormous. It would suggest motion and communication linked across interstellar distance. Not random debris, but something traveling with awareness of signals far beyond our sun. Still, caution ruled the discussion. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. And proof like this takes time, years sometimes. Data must repeat. Instruments must agree. Independent teams must confirm everything. But time was the one thing this mystery did not allow. Because 3I Atlas was already moving fast through the solar system. Too fast for slow decisions. Too fast for careful politics. If it carried answers, humanity had only one brief chance to reach it before it vanished back into the dark between stars. That urgency spread quietly through space agencies, observatories, and private aerospace groups. Calculations began. Trajectories were simulated. Windows of interception, tiny and unforgiving, appeared on hidden screens. And somewhere inside those simulations lived a dangerous thought. If the signal truly was a reply, then someone might already know we were trying to listen. If you want to stay with this mystery as it unfolds, subscribe now and keep watching. The next discovery may change everything we believe about our place in the universe. Long before rockets and computers, humans looked up at the night sky and searched for meaning. They saw patterns in stars, cycles in planets, messages written in light. Across ancient cultures, the sky was never just empty space. It was a clock, a map, and sometimes a warning. Civilizations separated by oceans built monuments aligned with precise celestial motions. Not rough guesses, exact alignments that required careful, repeated observation over generations. One of the most famous examples still stands today, the Great Pyramid of Giza. Its sides align almost perfectly with the cardinal directions. Its internal passages point toward ancient star positions. For thousands of years, people have argued about how such precision was possible without modern tools. Most scientists say the answer is simple: patience, mathematics, and human curiosity. And they may be right. But moments like the Voyager signal make old questions feel new again.